All right, I am back. I am going to send Robert another friend request. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But yes, so I have been interviewing Robert, and he was telling us some amazing things about him that I didn't even know as his friend. That's like I said, you never can judge a book by its cover because you never know what people are going through or have been through. And so instead of us always being jealous and envious of what somebody, hey Shantae, of what somebody has been, what life path they've taken, we just don't know what they've been doing in their life. So before you try to judge somebody and say, oh, why this and why that, be careful because you don't know what people have been through to get where they're at. So yeah, but I'm just saying right now because you know that old saying, you don't look like what you've been through.
No. Oh, that ain't even the ice. I mean, that ain't even. Oh my God, we would be here for years then if you were talking about because
But
everybody made the right books and oh my
so the guy that you was able to minister to, was he able to did he accept Christ?
well, you jumping ahead of the guns now. See,
Okay,
you
okay.
ain't let me finish telling the story. So the next day, uh, doing breakfast, we got to do count and everything. So after breakfast, we went down to the court. You know, I was just hanging out, chilling.
Right.
So he came and found me and said, "Come here, I got some questions for you." And so I went, followed him. We went back to the barracks, and he was reading the Bible.
Wow.
And he had questions, and I sat there. We sat there. I mean, literally from 10 o'clock until we broke for lunch, and then we went right straight back, and then we broke for dinner. I mean, literally, I spent all day with him. You know, answering, showing him what red mean, and when God was talking, and when
Mm-hmm.
how Jesus and him, and who's
Right.
who, and what's what, and everything. Yes, he was engaged, so I did not leave him. So literally, so spent 2 days in jail, went straight to prison.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday night. So during that time I was there, that's who I was with, basically.
Right, right.
Next thing you know, Saturday night, he was I think it was around 8 o'clock, I think it was. He was like reading on his own, and I didn't bother him.
Right.
So I was talking to another inmate. And so next thing you know, Sunday morning, breakfast time, we was all hyped and everybody was keeping a lot of noise before count.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally said to the other guy, not the guy that I was mentoring, the other guy, I said, I'm going home today. I didn't know why I said that, but
Right.
I'm going home today. So next thing you know, they said, oh man, yeah, you going home, you got two. No. So in the
Right.
midst of the collateral and the talking and everything. Next thing you know, over the intercom, you're not known by your name in prison. You're known by a number.
Right. By your
They
number.
call me,
Right.
and they call. I said, I think they just called my number. So I end up, they like, stop playing, get out of here. Everybody was
Right.
like, man, sit your butt down. So I ran downstairs, went to the office, and see what. Yeah, you out of here. I'm like, wow. I ran back upstairs, but in the midst of going upstairs, you had to go past the chapel.
Right.
And in the chapel part, he was in there giving his life to Christ. I stood at the door. He didn't know I was there. I said, that's why I'm going home. My work
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I ran back upstairs, started rolling on my bed. Lo and behold, he tapped me on my back. Where you going? I said, I'm out of here. He said, I just gave my life. I said, I already know. He said,
That's awesome.
who gonna help me now? I said, remember this, God got rams in the bush. I did my job. I said, I gotta
Yeah.
go now.
Yeah.
He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will leave you a comforter. And he hugged me. He said, thank you. He said, I didn't know what this means and why you going, but you the only one I trust. I said, oh, he got somebody for you.
Right.
So I ended up leaving that same day. Got a 2-year sentence, only spent 7 days. 2 years and 7 days.
Completion.
So what do 7 days mean? Completion.
And you know what? And just like all of that you went through, even though, you were on the wrong path, but in the midst of you being on the wrong path, God was setting you up and preparing you for him. So once you got out, did you ever talk to him?
No, never seen him again. Never.
That's,
And
I mean,
I wouldn't
that's
so much
awesome.
say,
Like,
I wouldn't say so much wrong path, even though it's simple, but
yeah,
sometimes it's just like David and all them, God used them. And see,
yeah,
that's
he
the
did.
thing
Yeah,
this is the thing I think God allowed this virus to come and to have dominion over the world, because it's so much wrong where his spirit's supposed to be, but it's wrong spirits and where he's supposed to domain.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
got, I put it this way, and I tell people all the time, I'm just real. I mean,
yeah,
I don't tell my life story unless somebody asks or it's needed. As I don't
yeah.
go blabbing this and
And
blabbing
I
that.
appreciate it, because how long you and I been friends? Like,
Years.
yeah,
And you didn't,
so
know.
this is my first time, but that's what, I found out doing Hot Topics with Donna, people, and I know it's nothing but God. It's this platform is God, because some people share things, like you said, that they never shared before. And it's not because of me. It's not because I'm just that good. It's because of, this is the platform where God wanted it to be, you know? And just like, with you, we've been friends. We have had numerous of just like conversation. We've always been honest, open, and transparent with each other. But it's just
Right.
amazing how that part never,
Well, you
never
never
came.
needed it. I mean, you never needed it, even, let me say this. It's too many people holier than thou, or go
Yeah,
around talking Jesus, Jesus, Jesus to every. You can kill people with Jesus.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
run people away. But
yeah,
do you know how many people, when you just be real,
yeah,
normal, and acting normal, and just accept? See, it's a lot of people, preachers, evangelists, anybody of cloth or faith, even just a regular Christian. It's too many people. You doing it wrong. We only Christians, not judges, and
that's right,
people don't
that's right.
understand that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't. And when God said we die daily and of sin, and we can ask for forgiveness, we
yes,
sin daily.
we
I
do,
mean, our
we do.
thoughts, our minds. This is
Yes.
dangerous. The devil's working every day. So to act holier than thou, that is the wrong. You'll never draw anybody to Christ that way.
And and
And
that's so
like,
profound, because just like when COVID first came, everybody was in a panic, and I said, why are we in a panic, especially Christians? Yes, this is foreign, but this pandemic did not catch God by surprise. It didn't catch him by surprise. And so now is the time for the believers to say, you know what, he got this. We just gonna have to do what we're supposed to do, be safe. But why are we lacking faith?
eh, because they look at TV, the devil
Yeah.
corrupts their mind and take their focus off God. For
Yes.
for one, I done been around COVID people with no mask and never caught it.
Right.
I done been around, and matter of fact, my business has tripled during the pandemic. When
Right.
God got his blessings on you, and I say this to anybody, do I respect the COVID virus? Yes, I
Yeah.
respect it. Do I
Yeah.
fear it? No, I don't.
No, that's the
Because
difference between
we
respect it and fearing it. Because I
exactly,
don't fear it, I respect it, because I'm in education, so I have to wear the mask because that's what's
exactly.
mandated in the school. But
But
you
you
know
go,
what? I don't allow it to control me. And Charlie said, and we Christians are scared. You're absolutely right. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Hot Topics with Donna. I am interviewing Robert, and like I said, this has been amazing. But let me ask you this. So once you had all this, um, I'm not going to call it a trauma. Once you had all these different trials and errors, and then you decided at what point did you want to do, because cosmetology.
Yes, I'm licensed cosmetologist. I am on the State Board of Virginia. I am a licensed instructor. I
So
am a
do
licensed
you
makeup.
practice? Do you, or only when
I
needed?
I don't now because photography is my life. Uh, yeah, do I practice now? Can I still do? Yes, but do I practice? No. My license are still current. Because like I said, I'm a licensed instructor. I am on the
Right,
State Board of Virginia, so I can
right.
go in salons or whatever. But do I activate it for as doing that? No. My passion, I found my passion and my love, and I left the
And
chair.
it shows. It shows through your
Thank you.
pictures and stuff. And so when you started, was it a struggle to build your clientele, or when you started, how did you put yourself out there, promote yourself, if you will?
Well, that's a whole different subject. And I can hopefully help people of color. Uh, I travel all over the world. I done shot celebrities. I done been somewhere everywhere.
Right,
Uh, the thing I would say about that, let's go back to cosmetology and then work my way up.
right,
Uh, always been around women since, like I said, since I came out of the hospital.
right,
No, all I know is women. That's all. I mean, if I tell
right.
you that story, that's 5 more hours. But you know,
Well, hey, so we have to do a part two. That's what you're saying.
but
So we have to do a part
stop,
two.
stop, stop,
You know, we can do a part two.
stop.
We can
But
do a part two.
but behind the chair, I was loving hair, but it wasn't that itch. It wasn't that, I can hook a girl up, I can do makeup, I can do
Right,
eyebrows, I can do her lips, I can do a make, I could, and I'm licensed in massage therapy too as well. So,
right,
uh, it wasn't that. And lo and behold, I always on the camera pretty much since I was little. That from
right,
back to pop out flashes to Polaroids to you name it, I had it.
right,
But didn't know it was my passion until one day, one Saturday, one Friday, I was shooting a bird in this photographer's yard, and the unique way I caught this bird, he'd say, "Go get that developed and let me see it." So I
right.
did, ran to Walmart, got it developed, and came back. And he like, "You want to shoot a wedding with me?" And so I said, "Okay." I never shot a wedding or whatever, but next thing you know, I shot the wedding. He paid me $100. I was like, "Oh, cool," because I wasn't thinking about money then because I still was behind the chair. So next thing you know, 4 weeks later, something led me to his house. And that day, the client, the bride and groom, showed up to his house.
Right.
So next thing you know, he took them upstairs and had the invoice and the book on the table. And so next thing you know, something said, "Look in that book." And I looked in the album, and I turned every page, and 95% of the picture was mine.
Wow.
And he got paid $3,500, and I got paid $100.
Hmm.
So that was the last time I shot with him. I'm a hustler, remember? Remember all this? I'm a hustler.
Yeah,
So when
yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
the
yeah.
hustler, the hustler.
Right.
So that was the last time I shot. So behind the chair, I started photography. I said, I can do that. So he ain't gonna get paid that and hustle me out my money and use me to get. So
Exactly.
so actually, really, I think I stayed 3 weeks behind the chair, and I made a decision. I said, do or die. I'm going for it. So I left my client. I told my women, I had a lot of older clients because I was into hair care, not hairstyles.
Right.
I believe healthy hair is the style itself.
Right.
So everybody like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I said, I don't know. I could recommend somebody. I only know one person that cared about hair, so I recommended to them. So next thing you know, I said, no capital, no nothing. Me and Jesus, we going for this. So in the midst of leaving the chair, my brother said, "You gonna leave?" I was in there with my brother. Me and my brother's a barber, so I was a hairstylist. So we had a studio together. But he said, "Go for it, sure." You know. So next thing you know, I started one client at a time. I was asking photographers for help. Nobody would help me. Not that I didn't know photography, but I wanted to be
Right.
good. This is the thing, and it still goes on right to the day. We don't want to help each other. And right now, that's why I help a lot of people. I travel the world. I do motivational speaking, how to build brands and how to do this. But the one thing people of color don't understand about marketing, branding, your business, you ain't gonna get in business and be a millionaire tomorrow.
Right.
It probably be 5, maybe depend on that depends on if two things. If you already have a capital, or you got to take out credit cards to have a capital.
Right.
You still ain't gonna be a billionaire tomorrow. If you don't put money into your investment will not in turn a profit for you.
So
That's a fact.
did you do that? Did you take out credit cards and stuff like
Yes,
that to start?
yes. Everything I've done, I never had a silver spoon in my mouth at all. I've been in debt. Everything I started, because I ain't worked for nobody in 30 years. In 30 years, I've been on my own. And no,
Wow.
I ain't no silver spoon. I work hard. I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder.
Right.
I'm like the funeral home. I sleep in those, but I ain't never closed. If you're gonna make it in this world, if you're gonna have the success, I hang around a lot of Caucasians, Indians, Jews. I understand. They teach me where my own kind won't even teach me, won't even help me. But rightfully so, because half of them don't know.
Right.
A lot of them don't know what I know because I hung around them because the education they fed me, And what one of them told me this probably 20 some years ago. We could dominate this world as a people of color if we stuck together, but we ain't gonna do that. We smarter than they get that. What I'm gonna tell you, they get their ideas from us. We sell them our ideas for free, and they take it and run with it.
Right.
Or just like even I take Dre when he sold the beats, he was smart enough not to sell 100% of the beats, and he still made out because he still owned rights to the beats.
Right.
You don't sell your heart and soul just because it's $1, because that dollar could disappear. But a lot of us, long as we can buy a gold chain, long as we can buy some sneakers, that ain't no investment. Put money into something that's going to return something. Open up 2 or 3 if it's going to return it. But
and so when you mentor people, is that how you teach them to not just go out and start buying all this stuff because you want them to succeed?
Yeah. Well, here's the way I run it. You have a choice. If you coming to me, you coming to me for a reason.
Right.
Do a lot of people listen to me? No, because they think on their own. But do they bump their head? Yes, they do.
Right.
A lot of people think they know better than the teacher. Now, if you come and ask me a question, how you gonna go on your own just because I gave you the answer, and then you say you got the answer, and then you think you know more than what I just told you? That don't work. But most people will take something and run with it and don't have the full detail. You don't go to school one day and got an education, a degree, a PhD and all that. You got to go for years.
Right.
Let me put it, I've been a photographer over 20 plus years, and I still go to workshops in school. Most people would say they go to the $75 workshops or $25. For 2 days, I can pay $4,000 for a workshop.
Wow.
It's not in Virginia. It's not in North Carolina. I'm talking about Vegas, California, New York.
Right.
The big boy where you're going to learn. Not just, you're going to get educated, but not just shooting a portfolio to have pretty girls or pretty subjects in your portfolio. But you didn't come away with nothing. You paid them to set up lights, but you don't understand the lights they set up. But you just shot something, and now you could put it in your port. It's good, but what you come out of with it? No education, no theory of photography. Right. You don't know what kind of light you shot with. Was it hard light, soft light? Was it rim ramp, was it split light, broad lights, a short light? You know, it's so many different types of light.
So you invest in yourself. So you even though you started out from the bottom, if you will, you know, with credit cards in debt, but in the long run, where you're at right now, you can honestly say it was worth it, because that's why you're shooting celebrities, and that's why your clientele is booming. And you know, every time I see your pictures and I see these different concepts and stuff, I be like, dang, I wish I could do that. And I was like,
don't say you wish you could do it. I mean,
but
do
you,
it.
but, I mean, but you know what I mean, because you know me, because you know, it's
no,
funny
I
because
know what
you know,
say, but
when we first shot, I was so nervous.
I know what you say, but I don't know what you mean. Then that's women, period.
Yes, and but you know, because the first time we shot, that was the very first time you and I had shot together. We had been knowing each other for a couple of years.
Yeah, you denied me
And when
for
I did
years.
the shoot, and when I did the shoot, I'm telling you what, my nerves were so tore up when I left. I called my girlfriend. I was like, dude, I said, I took some pictures, and I was like, he told me if he had to pay me, and he was like, I'll ask for my money back. And I was like, dang, was I that bad? But I knew what you meant, because you was trying to get me to a level of being confident and doing something different.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you post that cow picture, Lynetta called me. She was like, hey, listen, did you get him permission? And I was like, because I was like, why you don't post? But you know, when I looked at that picture, I was like, wow. I was like, people don't really understand the level of faith and confidence that I had to have, not only in you, but in myself.
Exactly. And not only that, let me something you touched on. It's one thing y'all do, and I say y'all as a female, is worry about what people think. And that's what stops. That's why y'all spin your wheels a lot, or don't move to the next level, or don't go higher. But look what happened when you do that. Soon as you do something and it's successful, everybody else got their hand. I knew you can do it, girl, and just jump on the bandwagon.
Right.
They're looking for something. See, if everybody be their own leader, woo, this world will understand the level of everybody's ability, everybody's mind, thoughts, and they wouldn't have to wonder why things happen the way they happen, because God made us unique with our own minds, where we can make our own choices. But since we worry about Joe Blow and everything, that's the reason why things are backwards, because that's why they, you go with the Joneses, because they got it over here and look good. But if you tell your story, people will follow you. Be like, girl, if you can do it, I can do it.
Thank you for the hearts. Thank you guys for tuning in with Hot Topics with Donna. But let me ask you this. When you travel, because you, like you said, you're big time, you know.
No, I ain't big time. No.
You know, I'm just kidding. No, seriously. But just on the serious tip, you are well known and well respected, because your work speaks for itself. And so when you go to these, you know, different photos, like you do weddings here, you do, because you just was in Atlanta or whatever, do you always book another event when you go most of the time? Like if you go shoot a wedding and then people, you know, look at you, look at your stuff, and then you get, you know, more work?
Yes, because I am my own brand. I wear my own brand. I don't wear Nike, Gucci. I don't wear nothing like that. I wear my brand 99% of the time. That's what all I wear.
Yeah, and speaking of that, how did you come up with that name?
That go another story. See, okay. When I went into photography, another photographer said, "Do you want to be my partner?" So I own 50% of a bridal, and we had a photography studio into one. So we was able to rent gowns or make order gowns for women, do fittings, and I'm good at that. That's why I'm into fashion as well. It's a lot more stuff going along with that, but so I'm able to hook a lady up in her gown, measure her, know her the right size, the crinoline, the whatever needs to happen for a wedding. hook the girls up, knowing how to order and everything. So we owned a boutique. So next thing you know, he was comfortable with me doing all the work. He didn't know the business. He would let me do all the work, and he wanted. And when I caught wind of it, when somebody was saying that, he was saying that he said that was his business. I worked for him. So I said, okay, so you don't know who I be then. I knew he didn't know the business. So that same day, it was named Bridal and Studio 2. I just
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sharing, Alicia.
I took BS2 and branded it, which is Big Shot 2 now. I just go by BS2, but it's called Big Shot now.
Okay. Okay.
So when I started branding it and I started shooting without him, he didn't know what was going on. When I bought a brand new truck and everything, put the logo on it, he went and bought a brand new truck and did the same thing. But mine said BS2, his said Bridal Studio 2. So when I said, you need to buy me out because I'm leaving you, he said, okay. He thought he saw a grand picture of him taking all the money, but he didn't know the business. He didn't know how to do anything. So 1 week after I left, it folded. He didn't know nothing. He didn't know where to order gowns from. He didn't know how to measure girls. He didn't know nothing. So
because there's a lot to photography. It's not just getting behind the camera and shooting and doing all that. And one thing I did like about you, like even when we shot you, I mean, I had a necklace. Hey sis, love you. I had a necklace and you was like, hook it to your belt loop.
Yes.
And I always look at it, but one of my favorite pictures that you took of me is the one when I had on the yellow shirt and you just caught my whole entire face.
Well, that was, to me, that wasn't the best shoot. I seen you more comfortable with everybody else but me. You felt you was intimidated by me. I like, really?
Yes.
But you are the first one to ever be. Well, for as photographers, they've been intimidated, but a model being intimidated with that shot with everybody in the world, I was like, what the world? Okay, what the? So I felt some type of way. I said, she world known. She done shot with everybody from Durham, Fayetteville.
I am not well known.
You done shot with everybody from Durham, Raleigh, Fayetteville, Greensboro, and you get with me and I'm like, a bump on the law. What the world? So once we did the first one, you started loosening up a little bit. I said, well, maybe I got him. Maybe I got him now. But I didn't get. That was the first time and last time so far. But I know now we can do some devastating stuff because even the tower, it took a whole year before you wanted me to post that one. So, and you don't want to admit it, but all the reviews you got and comments you got from that picture, go back and look. You come and say, thank you. I didn't know it was gonna get that, But you gotta trust somebody in photography. That's the biggest thing. Girls gotta trust who's in front of them.
Yes.
For one, a photographer as a profession gotta be professional.
Yes.
They gotta gain the model's trust, and that's what a lot of photographers
and
don't
you
do.
and I mean, and I did trust you, but like I said, it's just you just but the next time when I do the shoot, I will be ready because your work speaks for itself.
Thank you, but
I enjoyed you when you came here, and even though a lot of people didn't show up for the shoot that I had scheduled for my girls, but it was still just good just to hang out.
I do a lot of fellowship. I don't count that as a loss.
Me, you, and JP and Cameron, and another model came out. But it was just good. But so So do you just do this? Like, so basically you can do what you want to, go where you want to, and you can sit back and rock like that and just chill if you don't want to take pictures though.
Well, let me tell you something. I never in chill mode. That's one thing.
Yeah, I
And
know.
this is the
Yeah,
whole thing. This is what a lot of blacks think. I can work for myself and do what I want. No, you can't. Trust and believe. If you work for yourself, it ain't what y'all think it is. Nowhere near
right,
it. It
right.
is a lot more to it, because if you don't pick up that camera or you don't market and brand, you don't eat. You don't pay bills.
So
You
how do
you
you market? How do you market yourself? Well, when you first started shooting, taking photos or whatever, what strategy did you realize you had to use in order for you to be successful, in order for you to keep branding your brand?
Okay. Well, and that goes back to our topic then. The title of our topic is commitment and
Right.
committed. I like the word committed. And
Yes.
when you committed, ain't nothing you can't do. I don't care how many times you fall, you get back up because you committed. I don't care
Right.
how many times you stumble or it look like the door closed in your face, you
Right.
committed.
Right.
Me, myself, I'm never a quitter, because quitters never
Right.
win. I don't know. I don't care if I'm broke. I'm still not quitting. How I did mine, like I said, I am my own billboard. I put my money into my vehicles, my
Right.
clothes, and my products. I
Right.
got everything I need in my studio and my truck. I got 2 studios, one in North Carolina, one in Virginia.
Right.
I am currently trying to build my own studio right now, but I believe in having it versus not having it. I
Right.
believe
Right.
in the best than cheap stuff and got buy stuff twice.
Right.
The lights I shoot with, I've been shooting with them since I started. They the best lights to me in the world, because my lights can endure punishment on scene and location. They done fail, hit rocks, still working. So I invest in what works. If it ain't broke, I don't try to fix it. I don't just jump on the
Exactly.
new stuff that's coming out. No, that's wasting money, because then you learn a new product. Then when it breaks, then you got nothing, when you should have stuck with what works, because it's
Exactly.
no difference. When you learn the theory of photography,
Mm-hmm.
and I came up in film days. So this digital has spoiled a lot of photographers. That
Right.
LCD have spoiled a lot of photographers, because if you don't know the theory of, like, let's go with high speed sync. They jumped on the lights of high speed sync, not knowing that high speed sync may give you uh, a blue sky, or a low down to down their aperture. I mean
Right.
the ambient light, but that burst of light is killing your battery. It's not as powerful.
Okay.
Instead of going through theory where you could get a ND filter and still have enough power from your light and don't kill it, and you still can get 400 shots from your lights, you could have learned that all day instead of going through 2 batteries. There is such thing that most photographers don't know. It's called hypersync. But
Mm-hmm.
you will have to have a special light in order to do hypersync. One of them is probably, it's a light that really very few can afford. It like one light will cost you $4,000. But I use Paul C. Buff, which I've been using that since the beginning of time of my career, and
Right.
never went left or right with it, because it works. And I could take my lights and do that. My lights cost 600. The highest one cost six something, but it does the same thing as that $4,000 light would do if you
Wow.
know what you're doing in the theory.
So
But
that's
a
why
lot of
it's
people,
best to educate instead of saying,
ooh,
I'm going to be a photographer or I'm going to be this or that. You need to make sure you're really educating yourself to
there
get
you go.
knowledge of what works. Even if you
Yes,
have to spend more money or less money, but if it's working, you just continue to do it.
that's exactly. Now,
But your
don't.
key that I'm hearing you say is education is the key.
Yes, you have to be knowledgeable. Okay, just like with where most photographers' downfall is, a lot of them, 2 things: they don't know women, and they don't pay attention to details, and they don't know posing, what's flattering to a woman. curvy women, voluptuous women, thick women, skinny women. You don't know how to make it them look good, how to pose them. They don't study, they just study how to shoot them. That's it, and hope they get something good.
Right,
Where a lot of people, where a lot of photographers may shoot 1,000 pictures, I dare not shoot that. No, I don't go nowhere near that. I can shoot 20 pictures and take 20 pictures, give to you, and it'd be hard for you to choose, or you'll want all 20. Versus he'll get home and got to say, "Dang, throw away, throw away, throw away." It ain't good, you know, because
so
he was hoping.
what is your turnaround rate for when you do events? Like what is your turnaround rate as far as editing them, getting them back, you know, getting the finished product to your clients?
Well, my process is way different than a lot of photographers, and everybody got their own system. And I don't down anybody's system. If it works for you, it works for you.
Right.
But for me, my thing is, if I'm behind my computer, I'm making money. When I do a shoot, you get your product right then, because first of all, I tether. And my tethering, once I shoot something, it goes straight to my USB drive for the client. When I pull it out, it's in their hands. When they go home and look, and let me go back up. Let me say, when I tethering means I can look. I don't have to look at my LCD screen. I got it connect to my computer. My clients got their own private monitor. They see everything I'm shooting. They ain't got to come to my space. They like, "Oh my God, we like that. Can we switch this up or whatever?" They can tell me from a distance what they need. But I shoot perfect from my camera. My lighting is impeccable. I would not start shooting unless my lighting is right. If her face is smooth, depending on if it's an older lady, a middle-aged lady, a lady with good skin, a lady with bad skin, I know how to light it. Now, my photography, you can take it right there. If you don't want it to be magazine ready or book publishing ready, you can post it as soon as you get home, because it's that good. Your skin can be right. Your wrinkles, if you have any, gonna be light, sweet, smart, and soft, you know. But if you want flawless, then you're gonna pay for that with me. You know, because if I sit behind my computer, that means I'm making money.
Right. So how often do you travel? What's your travel time like?
Ooh, all the time. I never
know.
I don't have a, like, when I just left Atlanta, I got back in Virginia Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I got a phone call to come back to Atlanta September the 18th, 19th, 20th. And in the midst of going to Atlanta, I got to go to Alabama with the same crew to shoot on a yacht. So I got booked the next day. Well,
so I got you get to travel and have fun.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, and see, I mean, you know, and see the world. Like, you're getting to experience different things. So, what is your favorite? Like, what's the favorite? Do you like doing a portrait, or?
I like photography.
You just love photography.
I can shoot anything, because I shoot everything. In my downtime, or if I don't have anyone to shoot, I am shooting nature. I clear my mind, and even 99.9% of when I travel, I drive. I don't care where. I drove to Louisiana. Only way I fly is I make them have my equipment there, or if I don't have a turnaround time, it had to be somewhere else. But if I can drive and have my time, my equipment comes. I like my equipment. If they're gonna pay for my equipment to be on the plane and everything, then that's what I'm gonna have. But 99, I love driving. I used to be a truck driver, you know, so I do love the road. So when I drove to Louisiana, and I did a wedding there, 4th of July weekend. I was there from Wednesday to Monday, I think it was. You know, so I drive everywhere, because I love, why in the midst of the process, my mind is freeing, and I'm able to gather more thoughts and creativity and understand the world and what God has put there. I mean, you can make this beautiful. Everything's beautiful. I can make beauty out of anything. Yeah. And a lot of people.
Do you ever think you'll get into the ministry?
I am in the ministry every day.
I mean, I'm saying, like, you know, have you ever you know, you said your dad was a pastor. Have you ever desired to like be a
I don't need a
pastor?
title. No, I don't need a title.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't understand, and I'm not understanding, being behind a pulpit don't make you a preacher.
You're
Because
right about that.
in the word it says go out to the hedges
Yeah.
of the highway
Yeah.
and everywhere and seek who you know, you got to bring people to him, and you got to go look for the sick, you got to go look for who can't make it to you, you got to go help whosoever will.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I don't need a title. I don't, and I always been that way. Do I? And I remember my dad told one lady that I was post-been dating, and she was a pastor, and he was like, do you not know he know the word better than you do? He came from out the hospital to church, you know, and you know, do I beat people up with the word? No, I only use the word to justify what I said, not to beat somebody over the head.
Right. Right.
I use the word to back what I said, to let them know that this is the truth.
Right.
I put
Right.
it in layman terms. I put it in terms where they can relate to. And see, that's
Exactly.
why God allowed me to go through drugs and drinking and trying every drug there is, and
Right.
I can
Right.
deal with all that. I have had women that I was married to that had been raped and caught and almost killed somebody. You know, I done been through it, so I can relate to the rape victims and the, you know, and the rapists, and I can help mostly anybody. I mean, I don't turn my nose down to anybody, even the
That's
gays. People like
awesome.
you go get. I shoot more gays than anybody probably, because a lot of photographers don't shoot gays.
Right.
I am a artist, not a judge. That's who I am.
Amen. Amen.
I'm an
Amen.
artist, not a judge. Who you choose to be is your business, not mine.
It's exactly. And that's the attitude we should have because, you know, like I said, you know, we are so quick to always, you know, point the finger at people. And, you know, and that's like, you know, when God gave me this platform, you know, and especially he gave me a heart for women, you know, we as women, we know how to tear each other down. Like we got that so down pat that I mean, we don't even have to think about it. But I always say, what about building each other up? What
Well,
about pushing that person? If you see me doing something and you say, yeah, you got it, sis, you got it, instead of worrying about, oh, well, if I push her, she gonna get ahead. We,
well,
we,
no.
we shouldn't be like that. And that's why I'm very selective with my circle, if you will, but I am all about pushing other women. Whether, you know, I know you personally, but if I see a woman doing something, that's what this platform is for. And like I said, I am about pushing people to be the best they can be because, like you said, who are we?
And good thing, and I could touch on that, well, especially when it comes to women. I train my photographer women different than I train my men, because women shooting women can be a disaster. Your facial expression, your body language, you
Yeah.
could turn that subject, and I've seen that all too well. So I train my women way a different technique than I train my men, because
Right.
y'all can turn each other down without knowing you turn each other down. You can
Exactly.
discourage
Exactly.
somebody. Y'all can
Exactly.
discourage, and y'all can. It's something y'all persona can just do
Yeah.
damage to,
Yeah.
you know. And
And if
that's,
you see it as a man, I
oh yeah,
mean, I mean, that right there speaks volume. And we
oh
do.
yeah,
We do because you know what? Sometimes we think we have arrived. But we have not. We have not. And we supposed to love our sisters no matter what race they are. We supposed to love them and elevate them, you know, because
correct.
at the end of the day, we are not the judge and juror. And just by us being kind
Thank you.
may
And not,
change somebody's life.
and you're exactly right. But the thing is, I think more so we, and no, let me go to women themselves. If they all had the confidence in the world, you wouldn't have to look at nobody else and down them. The
Mhm.
thing is, you really want to be like somebody else that's doing it. Because I take my big women, I tell in them, even in the modeling world, if you notice, there is really no skinny models modeling, commercialing, or anything no more,
No,
because
no.
it costs it the end when oh my God, the thick girl that won American Next Top Model, as soon as she won it, the industry found out it cost them less to shoot the thick, curvy, plus size women, and they get more out of them for his attitude, politeness, going, selling the product and everything. That's when it took off. And even right today, it would never, I don't think it will ever divert back to the slim, the pretty, the I got it, you need me type ordeal in the industry. So what I'm saying is, if our confidence as you as women, if y'all confidence, and I'm a man saying this, if y'all confidence will stay and where the men have torn y'all down, devalued you, belittled you, mentally abused you, if you come out of that, don't let nobody else get that. Because I've seen it. I've seen that. I've seen it all too many. I mean, a lot of times my photo shoots don't become photo shoots, they become ministry. Because I dare not take your money when I know I ain't gonna get great stuff. Let's get your head right first. Let's get your heart in mind where your boyfriend tore you down, where he actually ain't man enough to be your man, you know. So it's a lot behind it. Boy, you got the right one now, because
I know.
I can touch on so many.
But you know what we should do? We should do a part 2, you know, because you know, like I said, I really I just love you as a friend. I mean, you know, even, you know, when JT was really getting sick, you know,
I miss JT.
You know, you always reached out to me. We always just, you know, chit-chatted. And then, you know, I love it when you call me, and then when I finally answer, you'd be like, oh, I see how people get when they get big time. But you know what? That's one thing that I love about our friendship. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'll be like, okay, you big time there, you don't want to talk to me, right? and people.
But you're just awesome. You're really, really awesome, and I'm just so thankful that, you know, our paths crossed. You know,
yes,
and,
you're a sweet spirit person.
And thank you. And like I said, the next time this photo shoot,
no.
it's
you know how many years? You know how many years
I'm gonna come with my head right.
You know how many years that's been? It was 4 years when you said when we first met. You said, I want to do a photo shoot. It was 4 years till we done that photo shoot. You say, I'm coming back stronger next time, and it's been going on 3 years after then.
Okay, well, it's not gonna be 4.
But everybody else that shot you. I done seen the news. See, don't think, boy. What the old folks used to say.
Okay, but see, this is the thing. So when we do this next photo shoot, I'm gonna be photo ready. Okay.
I'm playing my violin.
You know I will. You know I will, because you know what? I am at a level of confidence to say, who am I? I love who I am.
That's
and
good.
When you posted that picture of me in the towel, and
you wrote dope.
That, when you wrote that underneath, I was
it was dope. And you
I was like, wow.
And I was like, you was worried about what people.
Right.
Nobody that's paying your bills.
Right.
Nobody that when JT died, they wasn't there for you, but they got mouth.
Right.
They got mouth. They got opinions. Everybody do. But only one person count what they think about, and that's you.
Yeah.
See,
and when I saw it and you posted it, I was like, yes. And then when you wrote that, it was so profound, and it made me really take a look at who I am and say, this is what I do. Yeah. And if they don't understand, then.
But you don't know how many, and I know you don't remember the comments, but a lot of women said, you gave me hope. You gave me, I want to do that. A lot of people contacted you and said, oh my God. Yeah. See, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know, if you hold back, you'll stay back. Yeah. And then you won't bring nobody up with you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people just like you that want to, but where they gonna get that pull from? Who gonna push them out there? Yeah. And that's the whole thing. When we come up, we want to bring somebody with us. Yeah. We want to encourage somebody to go on. We want to push, because in their corner, they have no corner. So it takes an outsider to bring somebody and say, hey girl, you got this. You can leave him. You can do better. You don't have to, because it's a lot of people. When I say people, but I mean women, and I deal with women every day. It's a lot of women who don't have the courage. They think they need that man. And he really is not a man, because ain't no man, and that's according to scripture. See, like I like to back things up with scripture.
Right.
According a man, as God said, will take care of his queen.
Yes.
He don't abuse her. He don't belittle her. He don't step on top of her. He don't make her do what she don't want to do. No. A man gonna die for his queen, that black woman, that strong woman. He don't slap her around, beat her up. He don't call her bees and anything like that. And no, we're not perfect, but according to that's what people don't know about the Bible. It's a guideline to that higher mark, that different level. It's not that it is there to chastise you, but it's up there to have fun, because in his word, he said, my yoke is easy, my burden light. He made this world for his Christians, but the devil and their imps are taking over and having fun with what God created.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're supposed to be loving what's in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
We can be in the world, but we don't have to be of the world.
That's right. That's right.
And understanding that we're not perfect, that's the number one key. We are not perfect. We are forgiven. We are not perfect. Ain't but one perfect one. We own the perfected. We own the perfection to where God is perfect.
Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna have to do part 2.
I feel a preaching coming on right now. So I
know. That's what my best friend Robin said, preaching.
I don't want to go to.
I just, I was like, you have really like just, I don't know, I'm speechless, because I'll talk to you later, because but I am so, because I shared the first part, and guys, if y'all didn't come on when he was talking about his trials, or whatever he went through before he became who he is now, like I said, let's don't judge people by what we think, or we look at them and be like, oh, because just like I can look at the cover of this book and think, oh, it's got flowers and stuff like that, but I have to open it and see the content in it. And so, and that's just like with you. People can be like, oh, he's successful, he's he's doing this, he's doing that, but they don't know the struggle. They don't know like where you were to get to here. It's not like you just woke up and say, whoa, I'm just gonna be this celebrity photographer and I just got all this stuff going on. No.
Well, the true vine is, people don't need a story, they just need a title and run with it. Yeah. I say all the time, and people want to label me, put me in a label. You can't label me. You can call me what you want, but I know where I'm at. I know where I'm humble enough to stay where I'm at. I'm a helper. I'm more of a, they call me the teacher, the motivator. I don't even classify myself as a photographer, because I do more bringing people up, especially in my photo shoots.
And women that's your ministry. That's how God
exactly.
Your ministry.
So when you said, am I going in the pool? Do I see that? No, I don't need a title to justify what.
Right.
A lot of God people that he used was not ministers, apostles. He used the disciples. He used David. He can use a rock if he choose to. If his saints won't do it, he can use whatever he wants.
Whatever.
But his word will come forth. His word will come across. But if you don't deliver it, he can get somebody else to. He can get something to. So what I'm saying is, and like I said, I don't want to go, because I haven't even touched surface, or that's why I do motivational speaking a lot in different places, and because we haven't touched marketing and how we don't spend money where we, you know, you have to spend money to make money. That's the biggest thing. We don't do that in our business. We don't have professional photographers to put out your, let me go here to this. I can, if you're about to end this, let me say this and then I can put this to the community. It's one thing when you start a business, you ain't gonna make money right away. And people, here's what people does with money. People sit back and see how consistent. Her topic is commitment, but you have to be consistent in what you do.
Yeah.
If you put a bad product out and keep putting it out, you ain't gonna make money. But when the moment you put something professional out, don't think just because you spend $1,000 in photos, you got to spend another $1,000. And then once you do it again, you see the rich people who got money and know you're worth your product. They'll come back. They want to see if you can continue. Here's the thing. Remember this if you don't remember nothing else I said. This was told to me when I got started in business. If you don't put money in yourself, why should somebody else put money into you?
That is so profound. You're so right. And, you know, and that's just like, you know, I started off, you know, building. And now I have a team that's helping me build my brand. And that's why I'm so selective who I have to let be attached to it, because I'm telling you, you know me, I have worked hard. You know, I appreciate people that's been placed in my life that helped me get started. But now where he's trying to take me, I have some more people that's helping me get there. And when you have people say, hey, I see you're changing, I see your brand changing. So then that's when you know that you're on the right track. And that's, you know, I'm like you. I am going to protect my brand at all costs.
All costs, amen.
At all costs. Because, you know, Donna Taylor Network, like, I'm building this. You know, I'm building this, you know, and so when I just can't, you know, allow people to just attach themselves to me just because. And, you know, and I tell people, if I don't have but one viewer, that is who God designed to be here on this platform.
You don't need a crowd. The Bible said, well, 2 or 3 are gathered.
Exactly. And so my thing is about changing lives, helping people realize their worth. Because everybody have a story, and that's where my team, you know, came with the motto, ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Because me, I tell people, I wouldn't have been doing this 3 years ago. Nobody could have been told, you know, even told me that I would be doing live. I do it for my organization. And when I started doing my paparazzi, JT was like, you can do it. I'm like, no, I can't, because I just can't. But I knew God was prepping me for this. And, you know, and so I still love selling my jewelry. I do. But my hot topics with Donna is where he is really taking.
Right. Yeah, and funny you should say that. My first live ever in 20-some years. Oh my God, I did not know. Cause I don't do pictures. It's only one picture floating out there, and I think you got it. Another photographer took it when I was doing shooting sports. And then he emailed it to me, and I was like, "You big dummy," you know, because I don't put. I want people to see my work, not me, or not get caught up the model. So, oh, he good, he cute, or I'm gonna get over on him, or no, you ain't gonna come at me the wrong way. So I didn't put my image out there, and he did, and that's probably the only image that's floating out there. But I went live. Oh my God. Oh my, the results and the DMs and the messages and the phone call, the texts and the new people I done picked up and the new photographers that want to be trained and saw how I explained lighting and understood the theory and everything. Everybody be like, you should have been doing that a long time. Yeah, they've been telling me, but I had to do it on my time.
Exactly.
Because I didn't do it for a platform. I do it to help people. People do it for, so you have to have why you're doing something, and you have to be able to answer why you're doing it. Most people just do it because I want to do this, but you ain't gonna do it right, or you ain't gonna go all the way with it, you know. So when you and that goes into marketing and branding, why are you doing it, and are you gonna do it and be committed and consistent? That's what you can add, the 2 C's, committed and consistent.
You know what? I'm telling you, because like I did one because, you know, Cameron, you know, she started back cheerleading. And so I did one yesterday on Sunday because Cameron had, you know, practice or whatever. And so then like today I was like, I'm telling you, I felt like crap because I took medication for my back and didn't eat. And then
Well,
I tried to play catch up to eat and it didn't work. And so, you know, I was like, dang, I was
but
like, because
but
I
but
know
you
you're so, I might not be able to get this interview. And so
but
when I was
but you
talking to you,
that was
I was
I
like,
wouldn't
no,
let you go. Yeah, I wouldn't let you stop there. I like I don't know about tomorrow. I said but the devil didn't want this to happen. He didn't want this
yes,
profound
yes,
word to be inspirational for nobody, especially for you.
exactly.
I guess it hit you harder, you know, because it was meant for you because like I said, you didn't know. We knew you knew of me, but you didn't know my
Right,
story, you know, because
right,
I don't
right.
tell it
And
unless it's
And
to be
so
told.
I'm just grateful that I did. And, you know, because you even was like, well, you know, if you don't feel, and I was just like, no, because I know that you are such in high demand by what you do. And, you know, and I'm like, you know, he set this time aside for me, you know, even though, you know, man, you could have chit chatted, you know, off
Oh
camera,
yeah,
whatever, but
oh yeah.
people needed to hear your story. And, you know,
And
and so
hold
like when
on,
I
hold
was,
on. Let's back up and tell the real story though. May the 24th, I supposed to been on live and somebody didn't contact me. See, I wasn't good enough. See, that's why I keep saying, avoid the big time folks get up there and then they forget the little teeny things.
but you know, but when I got home, I can honestly say, because I was just like, Lord, I'm telling you, you know, I don't even think when I was drinking that I ever felt that bad with a hangover.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it was just like, it was like something was on me so heavy because I had took a, you know, I took it this morning, you know, and I didn't eat. So when I got to work, I had a Pop-Tart and then because, you know, and I was like, dang. And then I ate a peach, but I'm gonna tell you, my friend, it was just by the grace of God, I made it at work all day.
Well, because you precious. See that commitment. That commitment. See
Yeah.
your see when don't never stop. I don't care how bad. My uncle always told me, you can work and make money, but you can't make money sick. I mean, you could be sick and make money, but you can't just sit home and make money being
No.
sick. Go to
I'm gonna
work.
tell you,
Go to work.
I had to go take me a little break, put my head down. I took a walk. I was just like, Lord Jesus, help me. And, you know, people was like, you okay? You gonna be, I mean, I'm telling you, it was on me so heavy, but I'm telling you, it was nothing but God, because by the time I got here, and as I talked to you, I mean, like, I came back to who I was. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it
Well, I
was,
pray. I always pray for everything. I put God first in everything I do, and I pray for this and
yeah,
your healing.
yeah,
You got this. I mean, that's why I told you. Don't ever stop nothing. Don't let nobody ever stop
I
you.
won't.
You stop you. But if you let somebody else stop you, they got the victory.
Yeah. And I
I don't
always
care
thank
what.
you for just encouraging me, just, you know, always checking on me. You know,
I
we can
always
go
will.
weeks without, talking or whatever, but
You
you
just don't
always
answer your
know.
phone. I call you, but you just don't
I
answer the.
I know, but you
Or
always call
or
me.
or you don't show up when you're supposed to show up. So
But
so
but
you can't say I ain't the friend. A
no,
friend of is at
you
all
have
times.
been my friend. And you know what? And that's one thing about you. From the day we met, even,
Been the same person.
before we even met, JT, we all, he knew about you or whatever. But then when we all met, we just kind of just had a bond, and you and him just
Yes.
kind of created your own special bond. And I
Yes.
just, appreciate that. And even after his death, you still continue to be my friend.
And
You
don't
still
forget Cameron.
continue to check on
Me
me.
and Cameron formed a bond too now. Look Cam. Look Cam at. We formed a bond too.
Oh yeah, oh God, she's 15 now.
I know. I haven't seen her. And we
Oh
formed a bond back.
God,
We played with each other that day too now. And she
yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
me because I kept teasing her and playing with her. And she
Yeah, and
enjoyed that.
so she's a mess. She's growing, and so the fashion show that I did, I dedicated one scene to him because you know he loved his socks.
Yeah.
And so the kids, you know, created their own outfit, but the socks was the highlight of the show. So,
Okay.
you know, and like I said, I'm thankful for my friends. You know, my friend Robin is on here.
Hey,
And I'm
Robin.
just thankful that even in his death, they still stick by me.
Well, whatever y'all do, who's ever on live, treat yourself to a photo shoot. It's not just a photo shoot. It is like a massage. It would change your life. You might say, I don't take good pictures. You got to understand, a cell phone don't do what an artist, and y'all don't see. I know y'all the worst critics in the world of yourselves, but what you are critiquing and not understanding, you're never perfect.
I can't hardly hear you.
What done happened? They chimed
I don't
out.
know what happened.
I ain't
the
touched
devil
nothing.
mad. The devil mad.
Boy, I'm boy. Hey, we rebuking him right now.
I can't hear you though, but
I don't know what happened in there. I ain't touching nothing.
I don't know what Robin said. But I can't hear you. So
You can't.
But, we will
Can you hear me
Robin
now?
said you're awesome. She said you're awesome. But I just want to say I love you, and we'll chit chat. And I'll call you this week.
You know I ain't waiting on that one.
I can't hear you, so it don't type what you say. But no, but seriously, thank you for just being here. And like I said, I love you, and just keep doing you. And like I said, we're gonna make this photo shoot happen. I promise. I promise. I promise. I love you.
Love you too, baby.
But I'll call you.
Call me afterwards.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in with Hot Topics with Donna. This has been a great interview with Robert. Like I said, go on his page and see his work. He's truly amazing. And if you need to get in contact with him, you can find him on my Facebook page. But I just want to take the time out to say thank you. On Thursday, I will have another amazing guest. And like I said, here on Hot Topics is where we have ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So thank you guys for tuning in on Monday and Tuesday, and some Thursdays and some Sundays. But I just am so grateful. And like the word that I had for him tonight was a commitment. So whatever you do, just stay committed and ask God, what is it that you would have me to do, so you can stay committed to it, and so that you can pour into someone else's lives wherever you may do. So until then, I will see you on Thursday, if God's will, with another segment of Hot Topics with Donna. And good night.